the show What Would You Do? Today's topic is about prostitution. We will see how two people react to the scenario and ask people about their beliefs on the situation.
Let's see how it goes. Remember that you can watch our show every night at 8 p.m. at CBS. Thank you.
Some things people do not know about prostitution is that the estimated age of entry is 12 years old. Prostitution agencies sometimes get their women from human trafficking. Most victims are young children, whom are the most vulnerable. Prostitutes have a dangerous job because, with being paid for the services, comes a price. The price is that sometimes they might get abused or raped from the men who have hired the women. The prostitutes, most of the time, do not see the money they earn because it is given to their pimps. Now let's take to the streets and interview some people.
And she don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe she flies to the moon.
Now let's take to the streets and interview some people.
It's too cold outside.
Hello there, I'm Maria and I'm from the show What Would You Do? I just wanted to ask you a couple of questions on a certain topic.
Hello, of course I would love to answer those questions.
The topic for this episode is prostitution. Now I was wondering, are you for or against prostitution?
I am completely against prostitution.
Why are you completely against prostitution?
Well, prostitution is against what I believe in. You see, I'm a Catholic, and it says in the Bible that sex is a good gift from God to any heterosexual couple who are in love. And in the law, God has given the couple as a promise enduring and exclusive fidelity to one another.
Wow, sex is very special. Could you elaborate more on what the Bible says about it?
Yes, it would be my pleasure. Well, in the Bible it said that sex is God's gift from every bride and groom to be unwrapped in their honeymoon and enjoyed throughout the marriage. In short, Scripture highly approves of sexual intimacy between a man and a woman for the purpose of pleasure, love, and procreation, provided that they have committed themselves to one another in the covenant of marriage.
Sex is very important then. By any chance, do you know any Bible passages that relate to the subject?
Yes, it is very important to the Catholic Church. Of course, one passage is Deuteronomy 23:17-18, which says, "None of the daughters of Israel shall be called prostitute, and none of the sons of Israel shall be called prostitute. You shall not bring the fee of a prostitute or the wages of a dog into the house of the Lord your God in payment for any vow, for both of these are an abomination to the Lord your God."
That's a very interesting passage. Now, what's the principles of the Catholic social teaching that relate to prostitution?
I would say that the principles it relates to are the life and dignity of the human person and also the rights and responsibility. It would be the life and dignity of the human person because prostitution does not show the dignity women have. Prostitution lessens their dignity that God gave them. Rights and responsibility is the one because the rights and responsibilities protect the human dignity of every person and this creates a better community for everyone.
Thank you for allowing us to interview you. We greatly appreciate you telling your input on this matter.
You're welcome.
After interviewing a stranger and seeing their position on prostitution, we turn over to our next event where we will have an actress on the street attempting to tempt another actor to pay her for her services. We want to see if anyone will try to stop the act. Let's see how it goes.
Fly to the moon.
Hey there, do you want to see my time? 50 for an hour, 150 for the day.
Sounds like a good price. When are you free?
For you, anytime. What are you guys doing? Don't you know your worth? Don't you know that prostitution is wrong? This is none of your business. Stay out of it. Do either of you have respect for yourself? And look, he's a married man.
It's none of her or your business. She can't satisfy me like she does.
I enjoy sex and it's where I get my money from, so I don't see what the problem is.
I can't believe this. This is illegal and morally wrong. I'm gonna report you to the police.
Hey, you don't have to do that. These two are actors and you're on the show What Would You Do?
Wow, good thing you came just in time. I was seconds away from calling the police. I was not gonna let this young girl go with the man.
What made you want to stop him?
The reason I stopped was because I saw the man was married. As a Catholic, I believe every man and woman should be faithful to their spouse. Also, every woman should have dignity and self-respect for themselves because they are important since they are made in the image of God.
Can you think of any vices that relate to prostitution?
Well, one vice that relates is the sin of lust. Lust is the impure desire of the sexual nature. Lust refers to the impure thoughts and actions that misuse a gift deviating from God's law and intentions for us. Indulging in the sin of lust can lead to such things as sexual addiction.
Prostitution happens worldwide. Women that do it are likely to suffer from sexually transmitted diseases as well as anxiety, flashbacks, and suicide. Research shows that 55% to 90% of women who are prostitutes report that they had been sexually abused in their childhood. Many women in prostitution suffer from PTSD. PTSD can lead to many problems in women like insomnia, emotional numbing, depression, and irritability.
Angels to fly.
Hey, sexy, do you want to have a fun time today?
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Oh, come on. You'll have the time of your life for a low price and a great variety.
Seriously, no, I don't believe in easy sex.
Think of it as just pleasure.
No, I said no, stop asking.
Don't you know what no means? Stop. I'm going to report you to the police. Fine, I'll leave.
Hey, everything's fine. Just an actress from the show. What would you do? We wanted to see how people would react to the situation.
Thank God.
Been this way since 18, but late.
The actress was very persistent. I was getting a bit mad because she did not understand, but now I get it.
Yeah, we wanted to see how a man would act if a woman offered herself to him, and how others would help when we saw the woman who would not stop. So why did you reject her offer?
Well, I rejected her because as a Catholic, I believe that sexual intercourse is the expression of love. Then we know implicitly that prostitution is bad because the sexual intercourse being done is not because of love, but because of lust.
Talking about you being a Catholic, do you know any virtues that could relate to the situation?
Yes. Well, I think I showed the virtue of prudence because prudence is practical wisdom and the virtue of responsible decision making. Prudence also helps us select the right means of achieving what is good. I used prudence in this situation when I kept saying no because I knew it was not good for me.
That is a great explanation. What about you? Why did you stop her?
Well, I stopped her because the gentleman said no, and she did not understand that, so I decided to help him out. I also wish someone would be brave enough to help me if I was in this type of situation.
Well, in this episode, the moral object was prostitution. Thus, the action is not directed toward a true good. The circumstance in the second scenario was that two people, the prostitute and the man, tried to engage in this morally wrong activity. The man keeps saying no, to which decreases the moral evil of the action. The intention is to have sex completely out of the boundaries that God gave us.
This is the end of tonight's episode. We hope you have learned a little bit about prostitution and how Catholicism views the subject. Now ask yourself before we go, what would you have done in the streets? Would you have stood up for the actor, or would you have walked away and ignored the situation? Are you against prostitution? Well, viewers, we hope you have enjoyed the show. Till next time.
Fly.